On this episode, we break down our top 10 non-speaking Disney movie characters. Today is April 15th, 2022. This is episode 452 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts. Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I'm your host, Jeremy Stein, and I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey, guys.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic. If you've not done so already, head out to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join. Then if you hit that subscribe button, you'll get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. And Rhonda, we are 1 week away from our Main Street 16 Challenge weekend.
Wow.
And 1 week from today, we will have several teams participating in a scavenger hunt all across Disney property, but outside of the parks. We have some awesome prizes. We've got a 16 ride challenge on Saturday. There's trophies, there's medals, there might be some gift cards, there's hotel stay. There's all kinds of cool prizes and stuff. You can learn more about it at mainstreet16.com. And we would not be able to do any of this, first of all, without the wonderful people at Give Kids the World, especially our new friend Omar, who has been absolutely incredible in helping us put all this together. Also, Give Kids the World has made some incredible donations from their vault that are now a part of an online auction leading all the way up to the challenge weekend. If you go to mainstreet16.com, right at the top, you're going to see an area where you can click on the auction page. There are Zoom calls up for auction with Paige O'Hara, Jody Benson, Linda Larkin. There's some stuff autographed.
There's a couple things I might bet on.
I know. I was thinking the same. There's stuff autographed by Tony Baxter, even David Danapour, the world famous, and Fly. There's an autograph photo from him. There's some Funko Pops. There is so much cool stuff out on this auction page. So if you have not already donated, even if you have, go ahead and look at the auction. And none of this, again, would be possible without Give Kids the World and Omar. But in addition, it would not be possible without our friends at Vacation Grocery Delivery. This is a wonderful crew of former cast members that are not upcharging you on groceries like the big companies, so you can have them delivered right to your resort. Check them out. Also, Mouse Dining.
Yes.
You can get those hard-to-find reservations at Disney World and Disneyland. And finally, our good friends over at Touring Plans, and we will be greatly utilizing their Line app all day long during the 16 Ride Challenge, which you and I are participating in.
Yes, we are. This will be my first time ever doing 4 parks in one day.
Yeah. So very excited about that. We are not legally allowed to participate in the scavenger hunt because we have been a part of setting it up. So that would be considered.
We know that
would be considered
places.
Cheating. Yes. So, but it's going to be a lot of fun. There is still time to join, especially the scavenger hunt, and you could even join the 16 Ride Challenge. We just cannot guarantee you a T-shirt as those orders have already been placed. And so again, mainstreet16.com.
And if you are wanting to join, and if you are needing a place to stay or, needing some travel stuff, you can go ahead and go to mainstmagictravel.com.
Yeah, and that'll be a service completely free to you.
Yes,
so go ahead and check that out.
Yep.
It doesn't even have to be just for next weekend. It can be for any travel, pretty much anywhere in the world. So definitely check that out. This is going to be, I think, a really fun episode today. It is going to be a controversial episode today. Right? So you and I just sat down for quite a while before hitting record, and we went through, and we'd actually asked out in the Main Street Magic community on Facebook, who are your favorite non-speaking Disney movie characters?
Correct.
Right? And so we came up with a list actually of 20. And then we're going to pick our top 10 and rank them. But as always, we want to lay down a couple ground rules, right?
Ours together.
Ours together, yes. We went back and forth on these, and we'll talk about how we came up with some of the ideas. So this has to be from a full-length Disney feature film. So I know there are a lot of people that put out some shorts with some wonderful non-speaking characters. Things like Chip and Dale, who don't technically speak. Orangebird, you know, they are not going to be included based on the fact that we're looking at a feature-length film.
Right.
They cannot say any words at all.
Right.
They can make noises. They can, again, like Chip and Dale talk, but not in words.
Right.
You know what I mean? And again, they're not included anyway. But and then finally, we're not always right. So this is a very subjective topic.
Yep.
We're not saying our top 10 or the end all to be all. And we might even get to a point where somebody calls us out and goes, you know what? That character actually said hi or something. You know what I mean? So just to let you know that, again, we love when people play along at home. And when we post this, we want you to give us your list. Rhonda, the biggest controversy is going to come, I think, from 3 characters that we excluded. Mm-hmm. Right? Do you want to go over who those 3 are and why?
Yeah. First, we'll go ahead and say Wally and Eve because they both do talk. So
I mean, they literally say Wally and Eve.
Yeah, but I think they do. I need to see that movie. Maybe that's the movie we can watch tonight. Finally. Ugh. Don't do that.
I'll get hate mail from that.
Yes, you will. I think they actually say more. I think Wally actually talks like
I don't believe
more.
So. I think those are the only 2 words that are spoken in the entire movie. And this is where people right now are yelling at their thing. Let's move on to the next one because this one too.
So this one I remember.
Yeah.
So this Abu from Aladdin and obviously the animated one. And the reason why is because when he like gets knocked out and he's on a carpet, I know he doesn't move his mouth, but you hear him go, Aladdin, wake up. And he's so cute.
Yeah.
But I know that's what he said. Yeah.
And if you do look it up, he does not speak full sentences, but he does speak broken phrases such as that.
Right.
So again, we had to exclude Abu, which I hate because he would easily been in our top 10 if he did not say anything at all. All right. We're going to go through the 10 first that didn't make the cut, which will then really get people being like, well, who did make the cut? And we don't have to talk too much about these ones, but again, another one that I get it, and I could see why this is on many people's top 10 list would be Dopey from Snow White.
Mm-hmm. He's the only dwarf that does not speak.
And the only one that does not have a beard as well.
Correct.
I'll throw it out here now. I've said it before. I'm not actually a giant fan of the classics. I'm not a big Seven Dwarfs fan. I'm not a Snow White fan. I apologize. For me, that's why he doesn't make the list. I will tell you, he is an iconic, classic, hilarious character. Mm-hmm. It just didn't make top 10 for us. Next is Gideon from Pinocchio. This is kind of falls under a lot of those same lines.
That's the cat, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that kind of falls under the same lines as well as Dumbo from Dumbo. Now I will give Dumbo this credit. He is the, I believe, only leading Disney character that does not talk, which is very, very impressive.
Wow.
Also, I know that's considered a feature-length film, but I think it's like 93 minutes. No, I'm sorry, 63 minutes, I believe, or something like that. It's just over an hour or just shy of an hour.
Really?
So it is a very, very short film. Why don't you run through the next couple, Rhonda? Why don't you run through the next 3 and just, again, they're non-speaking, they're great characters, they just didn't make the list.
Yeah, and one is Pegasus from Hercules, even though I love that character and, you know, the flying horse.
Oh, classic Disney horse. He's going to be on your horse lounge flight,
yes,
right?
Yes, he is. Yes.
Love him.
But, you know, he just unfortunately didn't make the list. Ed from The Lion King did not either, but he is super funny. He never speaks. He makes some noises for sure. Yeah. But it's funny.
Well, one of the things that you'll see when we get to our top 10 is that a lot is going to come down to their participation in the movie. A lot is going to come down to their facial expressions and the way that they convey. One thing I think is so interesting is the way that Disney and these artists can convey so much personality without ever saying a word. And I think that's what you'll see in our top 10. Who's the next one? Which is probably one of the smallest bit characters in all of our list, but I still love him.
Mochi, the kitty.
Yeah.
And that's Mochi, like the, Big Hero 6. Mochi, like the soft little ice cream things
that the kids love, like that little bao bun ice cream almost.
It's so good. And now that, like, I'm just kind of realizing this, and everybody's going to yell at me. But that's hysterical because he's just a little, like, he looks like Mochi.
Yep.
He looks like he's covered in, he should be covered in ice cream.
Oh my goodness. I mean, the best part of that whole thing is the little furry baby.
Yeah.
I mean,
that is funny.
That's him. Moving to the next one. We're going to go with, and again, y'all can just butcher me over this if you want, because we have not seen this in a long time. And Kaylin actually wants to watch it tonight. From the original animated Mulan is, Cricky. A wonderful character. This is one that displays a lot of emotion through facial expressions and sounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this could have easily made it in the top 10. We just thought there were 10 better characters.
Yeah, he's a great sidekick to Eddie
wonderful
Murphy.
Sidekick. Oh, and we will do like a top 10 sidekicks for sure.
Okay.
Right? All right, next we're going to go with Miko from Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Little cute raccoon.
Yeah.
Again, great character.
And even the little hummingbird too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would actually be a good one too. Miko, our good friend Aaron, that's the name of his little kitty, is Miko. So again, wonderful character, just wasn't up there. Here's two more that I think are great, just didn't make the cut. Pua from Moana.
Mm-hmm. But I think because, and obviously you'll see, but I think because, Pua doesn't have very much in the movie.
Not a big role.
Yeah. He's super cute and I love him.
I think the next one that I'll let you field is probably, for me, the hardest one that we had to leave off of the top 10.
Yeah, and we went ahead and I feel like it was a little bit more me with Raja from Aladdin. And I think that's because we couldn't do Abu because he actually talks.
Yeah.
There is others you'll see. And
spoiler alert.
Yeah, and Aladdin's not completely out of it.
What if we combined the animated and the live action Raja? Would it then make the top 10 if you had both of those? Because again, that's some of these are represented by two different movies.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love I love all the live actions. That's something else we could, because of course he doesn't speak either.
Right.
I do love
puss and then he attacks him.
I do love the Raja, and so he doesn't speak at all, but he just is like
yeah, and again, displays great emotion. You know what I'm thinking right now? And oh gosh, what is the name of the footstool dog? Beauty and the Beast. That could have been included probably in our list. But again, I don't know if it plays enough of a role in the total thing. So if you guys need just a second to calm yourselves down that these aren't in our top 10, that's perfectly okay. Again, we want to see your top 10 list.
Yeah.
When this is all said and done. This is not the end all to be all.
Oh, yeah.
This is our subjective opinion.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and get into the top 10.
Us.
Rhonda, start off with number 10.
TikTok Croc from Peter Pan. And I hope people are going, yay! I love TikTok Croc. He's so cool. He has obviously a big role in it. And he's great. He eats the TikTok.
I mean, this is number 10, so it's obviously the most probably replaceable one. And I think there are several that we excluded that could be replaced with this. But I do think this is an iconic, hilarious character.
Oh, yeah.
And as you said, plays a very big role in the movie, especially when Captain Hook comes to play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even when you get into the Peter Pan's flight and that kind of final scene of TikTok Croc and, Captain Hook doing the splits over top of him and he's about to get eaten. I think it's such a really, really good character. It's probably maybe the least emotion showing character, but I think it plays such a big role in the end all be all of what that movie is.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to number 9.
He is also good in the live action, by the way.
Oh, of course. Yes.
So.
Number 9. Who do we got here?
We have Kevin from Up.
Yeah.
And every time I hear that, I'm like, Kevin!
Oh, from Home Alone? That's what I think too.
Yeah. But yeah. And Kevin is a girl.
Yes.
But yeah, super cute. The whole premises of the movie, pretty much, right? Besides the
I mean, it's such a
wife and
it's such a wonderful character that fits into all of Paradise Falls, and probably the greatest, I'll say, meet and greet, even though it's a roam around character, the greatest character brought to life. I feel like inside of the parks.
I agree.
That Kevin that walks around Animal Kingdom is incredible.
Oh yeah.
and just vibrant and beautiful.
Mhm.
And I think really lends again to this movie that we aren't huge fans of, but I would watch for Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can't say Doug.
Because he talks.
Yeah. Well, with the voice box. So maybe you could if you took away the voice box. But
Yeah.
All right. Number 8, I'm going to talk about because this is such a me thing. And I don't think Rhonda wanted it on the top 10. And that is Machiavelli from Luca, the cat.
How do you say his name again?
It should be Machiavelli.
Oh, okay.
I have never seen more hilarity and emotion shown through the face of a mustachioed cat as I have in this character.
Yeah.
I love Luca. I think Luca is such a just incredible movie that I did not see coming. It was one of those was like, all right, we're going to watch Luca, of course. And this was during a time when, movies really were just starting to come back into the theaters. This was not. Our good friends Lucy and Caleb.
That was super fun.
We used to have them over for all these direct to Disney Plus movies, or even the ones you had to purchase, the premiere access. And every time they would come over, I would make dinner. They would bring popcorn, snacks, candy, all that good stuff. But I would make dinner based on what the movie surrounded around. So that night I made a bunch of Italian, like chicken parm, all this stuff.
Oh, so good.
I just remember watching this, and to me, this cat stole the show. We have some other, I think, show stealers coming up, but that mustache and the fact that he mimicked its owner so much. It was just, you've seen on like those memes, or you've seen out on those lists, like, of owners that look like their animals, or animals that look like their owners.
Yes.
And this is such a great one.
Yeah, that's true.
And the cat knew what was up. If the cat could have talked, it would have told everyone what was really going on.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that character. Do you have much to say about it? Because I know you didn't.
He's a cute little kitty.
Probably want it in the top 10.
Nah, it's fine.
I need a plush.
Okay.
I do. Even just a small one.
Okay.
I'd be set with. I could fit somewhere in this office.
Oh.
Number 7.
This is mine.
We do talk about this.
Bruni.
Yeah.
From Frozen 2. I love him. He is so stinking cute. I think he is modeled after like a salamander, actually. But I absolutely love him. I actually think salamanders are super cool looking.
Yeah.
We find them every once in a while around here in Florida, but not many times. And when I say a salamander, like a between a skink and I think if I'm saying it all right, but I know what I picture it in my head, but he's so cute. He's so fun. I like his little, like, he moves his head and just like,
again,
what?
Displays wonderful emotion through so little and facial expression, like, sticking his tongue out to catch like snow and stuff.
I love that part.
And I think as often as they do, there's such a sentimental value for us because of how much Lacey fell in love with Bruni.
Yeah.
And there was that toy that came out to Target that nobody could find anywhere. It was the hot commodity that year.
Oh, yeah.
And we had listeners all over the country going to Targets looking for us.
Yeah.
And got us one.
Yes.
And it was just amazing. And I would say, maybe not at this given moment, but I bet we were close to a point where the second most character of stuff that we owned, besides Stitch and Angel, if we paired them together, was Bruni. I mean, if you think about how many Bruni items she had in her room at one time, from a light up lamp to plushes to a Lego character to, again, just small little, plastic characters that would run, just all these different things that Lacey loved so much.
And he was fire and ice.
Yeah.
That was super cool.
Which is also Lacey.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. And I love the sweatshirt, and I still kind of want it. It's just, I'm not sure when I'll get it, because now it's starting to warm up, thank God, in Florida. But it's the Bruni one in the Disney stores and at the parks and everywhere. And it's it says fiery on one side and then
an icy or ice or something on the other side, but it's basically that whole fire and ice concept.
But it's super cute.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on to number 6, which I will say I could move up a couple spots if I had to, but who is number 6, which I think is probably the most hilarious non-speaking Disney character on our list.
So Pua didn't make it.
No.
But everybody's thinking right now, they know who I'm going to say. It's Hey Hey from Moana.
Oh. I mean, come on.
That poor thing. Ugh.
I've never laughed so hard.
I know. He's just, it's sad because he is not right.
Yeah.
I think he was maybe.
He reminds me of Taco.
Yes.
And I think that's part of it. And to have, and again, this is a character that follows throughout. It tracks throughout.
Mm-hmm.
It comes along for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Not intended to.
Oh, yeah. No.
I mean, when you just think about this chicken, doesn't know where he is, doesn't know
Isn't
what's
he
going
a rooster?
on. I don't know.
I think he's supposed to be a
Well, it's
rooster.
a rooster. That could be a chicken. But she walks into the water.
Oh, yeah. We don't know what it is.
Pick it up, put it back in the boat, walks right back into the water.
Yep.
Eats a rock. Like, just boat snack. I just think that this character is so hilarious.
Yeah.
With never saying a single word.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of those where I would just love to be able to be a fly on the wall in like a writing room. Because at some point they were going through things and they were like, what if we have this chicken? And he's just not like the other chickens, you know? and I'm sure people can relate to Hey Hey. Again, Taco could relate to Hey Hey.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
I think it's absolutely hilarious that they have this non-speaking character that can make me laugh over and over and over again every single time I watch it.
Yeah.
All right,
I agree.
Rhonda, what is number 5? This is going to be a big one for you, and I think we could go both animated and live action. And this character's still showing up. Huge part of the movie.
Oh, yeah. And we are talking about the magic carpet from Aladdin. And, I just love this character. I mean, first of all, I've always loved the Aladdins, both of them. But both movies, like animated and the other one, the live action, they're just... Carpet is so amazing with Aladdin, and you can even like see Carpet sad and happy, and again, like Jeremy has always said, like the emotion that comes from, and he's friends with everybody. He's friends with the genie. He's, got Aladdin, and then he likes Abu, and I love like, when at one point, well, no, that was Genie, never mind, but Carpet, they all hug, and I like when Genie kissed and said the monkey and said hairball. That was funny. But no, Carpet is just, and he is in this ever since the Cave of Wonders, when he goes in the Cave of Wonders. And I mean, that is very like in the very beginning, and then he's in the rest. So I love it.
Yeah. I mean, it's an object that they gave a personality to, like you said. We're able to see when a carpet is happy or sad.
Yep.
And
when the live action, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no, you're
the
fine.
Live action, when he's like ripped apart and like, I mean, that like killed me. But I mean, I know he is in the, like he's all, but this one was ripped in the, like ripped apart, messed up in the live action, but in the animated one, literally he was just like a ball of yarn.
Yeah.
Where the like Raja was a kitten and started playing with.
Yeah.
So that was not as like sad to me as seeing him in the live action.
Yeah. I mean, he saves Aladdin.
Oh yeah.
He's again such an integral part of the movie.
Yeah.
To me, I mean, I'm looking at our list. He is literally probably the top one in our top 10 that is such a big part of the movie that you could not pull him out or replace him.
No.
A lot of these offer in many ways comedic relief.
Yeah.
They're cute.
Yeah.
Go back to Bruni, go back to Hey Hey, things like that. They're just something you sometimes feel like to sell merchandise. Bruni makes sense in the movie, has a part.
Yeah.
That's a merchandise grab though.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
The movie could have been made without Bruni. You cannot make Aladdin without the magic carpet. Plain and simple. Not even close. So I think it's just such a wonderful character, and it's our only object on the entire list.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
All right, we're going to go to number 4. We're going to give a big shout out to our friend Rachel. I would have liked this to be number 3. we swapped it because you thought this was a good spot at 4, and I totally get your number 3. Who are we talking about from what movie?
Maximus from Tangled. He is a great character. I mean, the fact that like he takes over the guard's job, like he goes looking for Flynn Rider, and I mean it's in the way he fights with a what is that, cast iron skillet? He's amazing.
I mean, again, this is another emotional one. The emotions, in the face and all. The emotions that he displays in his face, the humor that he provides, the camaraderie that he eventually builds with Flynn Rider over this time is just unbelievable in a character like that. I can't think of any other movies outside of Disney that are able to convey in such a way a lovable character that never says a word.
Yeah.
Like Maximus, I've got a plush Maximus somewhere. It's probably up in our...
He's up in the attic.
Is it? 'Cause I would like to get him back out. I think Maximus is one of... Yeah, I mean, most of these obviously are going to revolve around animals because animals aren't going to talk anyway. Right. So it makes completely sense other than the magic carpet. This is just... Man, Maximus, I don't know what else to say about him.
I love the part where... So he catches Flynn, and then Rapunzel is like, please don't eat him. Today's, and then she's like explaining everything. And then she's like, and today's my birthday. And he looks in his face, and then she turns around and they both like punch each other. Yeah. Like he's sitting like a dog too. Like he's amazing. And then he punches him with his hoof in the stomach. Like it's hysterical.
The one thing that all of these do so well is convey those human
100%
emotions and everything
100%.
Down to that part. And I'm not even just talking about the faces.
And then the part where when he saves him and he's like, did you do this? And he starts to get like, Flynn starts to get emotional. And the way Maximus looks, he's like, you're right. We should go.
Yeah.
And then they go run off, So
I just think it's so cool that you can watch a character that they could basically just turn into a human at any moment.
Yeah.
You feel like there's a human inside of this character that shows all of this type of stuff. And it's just so cool to see.
Well, speaking of humans.
Yeah. Well, we do actually,
3.
this is our only human on the entire list, isn't it? Okay. That's actually pretty crazy. I didn't even think of that. So.
Well, Dopey was a human.
Oh, that's true. Well, I'm in the top 10.
Top 10.
You put this at number 3. I would have put Maximus at number 3, and I would have put this character at number 4, but I think they work where they are. So who is number 3? Probably your all-time favorite. One of your all-time favorite characters in general, right? And this is from the from the animated movie. This is not from any of the later animated, more direct-to-DVD movies where this character does have speaking roles.
And if everybody is not guessed yet, it is Tinkerbell from Peter Pan. And I love her in every movie. Everyone, every animated, I love her in the live action. I love her. And I love that in Peter Pan. Yeah, she will talk in the animated one, but you just hear the ringing of the bell. You don't hear her. She's talking and it's nothing. Which, of course I always found sad until they moved on to, I believe it was the live action one first, where I don't think she talked until she got big. Now I need to watch that again. But
we have a lot of stuff to watch.
We do. But she's one of my favorites. She's amazing.
I mean, it's hard to get more snarkiness out of any character that never technically speaks. Yeah. The way that Tinkerbell is able to convey that, which I think is just absolutely unbelievable. I'm not a huge I'm not a big Peter Pan the movie fan. I really enjoyed all of the direct-to-DVD type
Peter
of
Pan,
Tinkerbell movies, which again don't count because she talks in those.
Oh yeah.
But I always enjoyed the girls growing up, and every time one would come out, we would go get it.
Oh,
and I do think it's a wonderful, wonderful character And again, I've never seen so much attitude. Well, maybe I have, but she just displays so much attitude without ever technically saying a word.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love how far she was taken from not saying a word.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, Maximus was it. Well, and I mean, they did a Tangled cartoon and
right.
You know, they didn't do a Magic Carpet or a Hey Hey or a Bruni yet. And I don't know if they
I would watch
will.
a Hey Hey. I would watch a Hey Hey series.
Would
literally
you?
just be like, it'd be like shorts. Just be a minute of him just being Hey Hey.
But seriously, with Tinkerbell, like out of everybody, she has gone the farthest.
Biggest character on the list.
Yep.
By leaps and bounds.
Yep.
Huge. That is a great point.
So maybe she should be number 1.
No, little disappointment here, guys. We don't have a number 2 because we could not collectively decide on a number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I had my number 1. Rhonda had her number 1. Right now, do we have a coin around that we can flip to say who gets to go first? I don't think we technically do.
No.
I'm searching for one. Let me find something.
I
else to
think
flip.
because he's actually there and you don't have because he's there, he should be first.
Oh, no, man. We're going to
because you don't have I can't believe you don't have something.
I do. I have tons of stuff all over. Okay, I've got a
oh my goodness.
I'm celebrating button, okay? Here's what we're going to do. All right, the I'm celebrating side is heads, and then the back side with the pin is tails. You're going to call it in the air, heads or tails, and then if whoever wins gets to go first. Okay? Ready? Call it in the air, okay? Ready? Go.
Heads.
Heads. So yours is technically number 1, so then mine gets pushed to number 2. You're completely
and I said
interactive.
he's right there.
I know. So number 2 is Pascal from Tangled. I just was. That's where I stopped myself when I was saying I've never seen so much like snarkiness and like attitude displayed in one character as Tinkerbell. Pascal's got it, man. Like when I get Pascal is so much hilarity and emotion and anger and happiness and everything in his face, and he will not leave Rapunzel's side, especially when you think of the scenes of him waking up Flynn Rider with his tongue and him being in the dress is probably one of my favorites ever. We have this awesome from Festival of the Arts of him holding a paintbrush in different colors, just like he is that ride or die for Rapunzel. And
when she goes out of I love the part when she gets out of the tower for the first time and her hair, and he ties a tiny piece of hair around him and he's like, all right, here we go.
Or even with the crown. And she's like, trying it. Like, what does it do? She's like, is this like an arm bracelet? And he's like, Is it a this? Is it a this? She puts it on her head and he goes, Like, it's and that mean look, he punches his fists.
Yep.
In his hand at Flynn Rider.
Yep.
This tiny, tiny little chameleon is just
I wanted a chameleon
best.
after this.
Did you?
Yeah, remember we went and looked at
I know we've got enough animals.
But remember we looked and they're expensive, but they're also very finicky or they could die because you can't take them out. You can't.
It's much better. We have 2 rats now. So what? I mean, do you think that these are interchangeable?
Yeah, I absolutely do. And mine is Sven from Frozen 1 and 2. It's because, first of all, he and Kristoff grow up together. And second, Kristoff talks for him, and his facial features and the way he looks, he doesn't have to speak a word. You know all the words.
Yeah.
Because it's incredible. And I just love that and I love that he's in both of them. And he has such a giant role in both of them. You take him out of Frozen 1 and 2, and Frozen 1 and 2 doesn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
agreed.
He also is just, I don't know. I love him. I bought in 2 little sleeping Svens for my little friends, and I'm kind of thinking I might need one myself now.
We have a lot of Sven stuff too. I think he embodies that person-animal relationship better than like any other character I can really think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're an absolute animal lover, you got dogs, you got cats, come on, you've spoken for them. You've been in a room.
I love Cody down the street. He
has voices for different animals.
Even
it's
our
amazing.
animals.
Even ours.
It's amazing.
It's hilarious. Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, who hasn't talked to their animals and imagined them talking back?
Absolutely.
And here, when Kristoff actually pulls it off, and he's given Sven this personality, and they're back and forth is amazing. I mean, he basically needs Sven's help to propose to Anna.
Oh yeah, I love it.
But Sven technically has no part, even though he has the biggest part. You know, Kristoff is speaking for him, but Sven is so important and integral to pulling this off and pulling everything off that they do without ever saying a word or really know what's going on. He just plays along. He's like, he's a puppy.
Exactly. And I was just going to say that you just said that we talk for our animals and stuff, but we have animals that, like, if before we got married, I mean, I didn't have Rex before you moved down here, but I got Rex for you so that basically, like, when we got married, then you, like, he was our ring bearer.
Yeah, he was.
Because that's how much he meant to me.
Yeah.
And, like, you have to go along. So, like, him helping propose, like, he's like, look, we're in this together. This is not just me. And I absolutely love it.
All right, Sven's number 1, Pascal's number 2. You convinced me. You sold me on it.
All right.
You did really, really good. This was so much fun. We love these types of episodes. We have some other cool ones that are coming up that are these breaking down different characters or, you know, things like that. I definitely think a sidekick one is on there.
That'd be fun.
And then I feel like we should probably wait a while for that because I feel like Sven and Pascal would be pretty much up there. So we'll have to look at the sidekick style. But you can get sidekicks that have speaking roles. Yep. So that might overtake some of these. So we'll see how that is. But again, you know, we would love to hear your top 10. Please come up with your top 10. You don't have to use the list of 20 that we came up with. There may be some others that we forgot,
Absolutely.
as we said. And of course, our top 10 is not the definitive top 10 of all time, although it's pretty dang good, I will say. So, or just list your top 5, whatever you want. But you can do that out on social media. You can follow us at Main ST Magic on all the different channels. And of course, the Main Street Magic community out on Facebook. Please do check out mainstreet16.com. Give Kids the World Village is such an incredible charity. We are so glad to be able to give them anything we possibly can. It is going to be a fun weekend, but it's going to be so emotional. Knowing that we are hopefully helping out, you know, some families and stuff like that. And that is the number 1 goal. You know, number 1 goal is to help out Give Kids the World. Number 2 is to have some fun. Yep. And I'm pretty sure we're going to do absolutely both. If you do want to follow along because you cannot participate and be there, you can, of course, go to wonderlandcrew.com. We have our work set out for us as far as live streams go that weekend.
Oh, my goodness.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And finally, if you're out there, hit subscribe. Brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. And we would absolutely love and be so thankful if you leave us a rating and review.
Because it'll help our show grow.
That's all we've got. We'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.